Hi, this is the second screencast for DBFlow, and I would like to thank Andrew for putting me on the README. I made the first screencast and he really liked it, so thanks Andrew, and I'm making the second one now. And on this screencast I want to show you how to do a one-to-many relationship between two classes. This is a really good exercise and this is something that all apps need in some way, so this is what I'll show you today. The first thing I've done here was to update the project for the latest Android version, Build Tools version, and the latest DBFlow version. And then I set up Roboelectric, I don't know how to say that, so we can make some tests on this project. Okay, so after that I already built the project and everything is good to go. The second thing I've done here, if you remember in the first video I've made a test model class, and today I'm changing the name for person because it's better for everybody to understand what's going on. So I just changed the name to person and changed this property. It was a random number, now I'm using nickname. Now that we have this person model, I like to create another model called books. So I create this book. So, and it extends base model and it is a table. Okay. So what I'm doing here is creating a new class called book that will be a table, and every person on this project can have a lot of books, many books. So we are having a one person, too many books relationship. And if you remember your database classes on college, the book stays on the many side of the relationships. So book need to know who is its owner. So we need to put the ID of the person on the book. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, now we have our properties here, and this is something that I'd like to introduce you. First of all, database name, database. This is not required, but I like to do this. I don't know why. And you have another property called all fields that you can set to true on this table annotation. What this will do, it will get all your properties inside this class, use them as columns for your table. So you don't need to put this column annotation on every property here. Okay, so now we have this book and this book class, and we have the person class. So how person will know which books he is the owner? Okay, you need to save the person ID here in the book. And when you are looking for books on person, you need to search all the books that have the person ID equals your person ID. You get it? So we will have this list books. DBFlow don't have one-to-many relationship kind of automatic. So we need to do this search by hand. It's not that hard and it's really nice because you can do lazy loading. You won't search for the database until you really need to use that books. It's good because it gets less data from database, so you won't be selecting a lot of things right on start, only when you need it. But it's bad because you need to wait one more seconds more, microseconds more, I don't know, to get the books when you need to use them. So I like it, but there are some people that don't like it. So books are not initialized, and you won't want to really use the books property. So this will be a private books, and you have a method called get books. What this will do, return your books. Oops, forgot this. Okay, So this method will return all the books that this person have. So if books are null, then we need to select books from the database. And here we have something from DBFlow that you have a lot of ways to do a select. Like you can do select.all and you get all the objects from some classes, or you can do new select from book.class.query list. So here I'm selecting all the books from the database, but that's not what I want. What I really want are the books that have my person ID. So I can do a where clause, and here we have another thing. We can do a where using a condition, a list of conditions, a condition query builder, or a where clause via a string. So this is really nice about DBFlow because you have a lot of ways to do something, and this is the not so nice about DBFlow because you don't really know if you are doing the right way or the wrong way. But okay, what I'm doing on my projects is to use conditions when I need a simple select like this one, and when I need a select with subselects and this kind of thing, I'm using the where clause. I'm using a string because I can I can do a string format and create a lot of arguments in there. So as you are using DBFlow, you will know what's better for you to use or don't use. Here in this case, it's a simple select and we can use a condition. We'll use condition column. And now it's another nice thing. We don't need to write this person ID. This is the name of the column, but we can use that book table class person ID. So this will get the person ID column for us without us really needing to write the string. It's better to use this property equals to this dot ID. So here we have our select. Select from book where person ID is equal this ID, like this person ID, and get a list. Put it on books and return books. So the first time we use this method, the books property will be null. We will select from database. But the next time we use the books property, we already have a list, so it will just return our books. This is really nice because we just hit the database once. And this is not so nice because if we change the books from person, we need to requery this and you just create another method and this kind of thing. And here I just override the toString method of the two classes to have a better understanding of what's going on our test. And here we have a test for what we just did. So first of all, I'm creating a new person every time I test, and this will be just really one test, and I'll be destroying after, I'll be deleting all tables after the test. What I'm doing here is getting the person, creating 10 books, and if the book is even, I'm setting the book person ID to this person ID that I just selected. And after that I'm saving all the books, and then I'm asserting that person get books has 5 books because we are on a 10 list and half of that will have this person ID. And I'm just printing all the books of the person here. So this should pass, I think. Yeah, it really worked. So if you see here on this line, you see that we have 5 books. Book 1 have this title, book 3, 5, 7 and 9. and we have 5 books on this person get books. So the methods just worked. So this is how I do DBFlow's one-to-many relationships. It's really easy to do, and you can have even other methods. For example, on book, now you can have a method on the book to return the owner of the book. So you just use the same select I did, select.byId, and get this book person ID and returns a new person. Yay, it's that simple. So this is all I have for today, and I hope you like it. Bye bye.